Hello guys, people, how are you all doing? I hope you're alright. I'm going to show you how to make a sung jingle using a pre-made music bed. So first things first, I'm going to import the music bed. I've downloaded these already, so they're just kicking around here. This one's called Theme Free. Let's drag him in. And then close this one. Something about downbeats and tempos. Just whatever. Let's play it. Nice. It looks like, well, I've got adapt tempo is already on, so we're just going to click on the metronome there and see if we're in beat. I turn it down just so I can hear the metronome click in and everything seems on point. If it is not on point, what you want to do is you come over to the little pencil tool over there. You come over to the smart tempo editing. It will detect what the tempo is. You can choose it to be constant or variable. Constant's the one I always go for. I find it's easier. You come over here, you have to make sure that it's on adapt tempo rather than keep or auto. Adapt is the one, and then everything should be spot on. So there's tempo sorted out. You don't necessarily need the tempo. It depends what you're going to do. If you're going to be adding some delays, echoes and all that, you might want them to be on beat. If you haven't set the tempo up, then they're all going to be all over the place. But if you're not using delays and things, it's probably not going to make much difference whether you get the tempo set up or not. So we'll close that. First thing is to listen to it as, well, this guy who has sent me these, he wants the sung part right at the end. Let's bear in mind, I can't sing. Never mind, I've got Melodyne. I can keep a beat pretty much. So, yeah, I'm just going to figure out how I'm going to sing the last part, but he wants them all on the end. So let's have a quick listen here. Essex dance! Oh, Essex dance! Essex dance! Essex! That's it, just Essex dance is what needs to go on there, so I'm just going to listen again. Essex dance! Essex dance! Essex dance! Essex dance! Not bad. The way I'm shouting that in, it sounds like maybe my compressor's going a bit mental. So let's have a little look. I do have the effects chain set up already. I'm not going to go through all of that because I've gone through it loads of times. So there's plenty of other videos from me and loads of people explaining all of that. So I'm not going to get into it. Essex dance! Let's dial back the threshold a little bit. Essex dance! Essex dance! Not too bad, that will do it. I've got another compressor right here, so let's have a little look at him, see what he's doing. Essex dance! I think he is the culprit. Essex dance! Decent, okay. So, Melodyne is the first thing I'm going to do to stop it sounding so shit. Transfer, click it. Essex dance! Boom, there we go. Melodyne has got my attempted singing right there. Let's have a listen. Click it. Essex dance! Because I was talking. Essex dance! It comes in as well. Essex dance! So there we go. We highlight them over here. We bring them. We center the pitch and the drift. Have another listen. Essex dance! We're going to reduce the modulation. This line, wiggly line, represents that. Essex dance! Essex dance! Not too bad. I'm not sure if this is on the right point. Essex dance! Essex dance! Essex dance! Essex dance! Oh, maybe I prefer that. Essex dance! Okay, so I'm going to just trim that there. I'm going to bounce this. Control B for Logic. There it is. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to explain 1 second. Come back into Melodyne and delete that. Okay, so what I've done, I've applied all of this effects chain, including what I did in Melodyne, onto this one sample. The reason for doing that is I find that it gets less complicated because I want to knock these out quick. Quick sing, bounce it down there, everything is applied there. I know I'm not going to make any changes because I've already sorted it here. I can now use this track again to record the next part. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up with loads, especially if you've got a slow computer, it makes it even worse because you're going to have tracks upon tracks with all of these effects on each track. If I was doing a song, then I would not be doing it like this, but as it's just a quick jingle thing, a little bit of singing, I find this is the most rapid way of getting through it. So I'm now going to go back up here and sing it again. Essex dance. Essex dance. Cool. Back into Melodyne. Bring that in. Essex dance. Essex dance. Highlight. 100%. Essex dance. Modulation. Down. Essex dance. Cool. Bounce. Delete. Back to Melodyne. Delete. Check it. Essex dance. Okay. Now we're going to need to do the groove tracking on Logic. You can do this part in Melodyne, but I find it much easier to do the bounce and then attack it right here. So we want to make sure that every single word is on point with each other. What you do is you right click on the track over here, you come down to here, configure track heading, make sure groove track is enabled, and it is. So we click the star right there. Now everything is going to match up with the first one we did. So now we click here and it aligns everything. Sometimes it doesn't get it totally on point, so you can adjust it. Essex dance. Because when you get things like the little S's off point, I'll put this one off point on purpose, you can hear how bad it is. Essex dance. To s problem. So we want to make sure they're all nice and lined up. Essex dance. Nice. Maybe a little more. Cool. Next. Essex dance. Dying. Essex dance. Cool. Melodyne. Essex dance. Same again. Essex dance. Let's see if we can bring this one down. Essex dance. Essex dance. Cool. Bounce it. Delete. Delete. How we do it? All of those clicks there, we want to get rid of all of those, obviously. Problem. Oh, go away, man.
Essex dance. Essex dance.
Except for that one needs to come.
Essex dance.
Right, let's pan this one over this side. Pan that one over that side.
Essex dance.
Make sure this one is groove tracked as well.
Essex dance.
Right, highlight them. You know what? You can keep going and going and keep stacking these. But I'm not going to bore you with it. Let's get them turned down a little.
Essex dance.
Decent. And now what we're going to do is send them to this bus, which is a reverb. All of them. If you highlight them all together, bust them all at the same time. You haven't got to go and do each one individually.
Essex dance.
Bit much.
Essex dance.
There you go. Last thing you want to do is make sure the limiter is cool.
Essex dance.
Yep, little bit of gain reduction there. 3.2, that's good. Let's listen to the whole thing.
Essex dance.
There you have it. You can keep going if you want. You can stack up loads of these to make them bigger. Maybe even on one like this, you could put, so it's not panned, so we could go and put a sample delay here just by a little bit. See how that sounds.
Essex dance.
Spreads it out a little. On its own, I'll let you hear it.
Essex dance.
Without this.
Essex dance.
With.
Essex dance.
So it just spreads it out across the speakers a little bit. There you go. That is how you do it. So now I'm going to export these in two ways. So first of all, I'll zoom this out. Get the loop point set. Command B. The full jingle. There it is. Oh, it's number 3. And then this guy likes a cappella. So all we do is just mute that track there. Bring it here. Test it.
Essex dance. Essex dance.
Command B. I just label that a cappella. Probably a wrong spelling, but I don't really care. There you go. And that's it. That's how you do it. I hope that helped you. See you next time.